Now, a special holiday presentation of The Locker Room.
And welcome in, everyone, to the locker room for this day after Christmas special. We hope you had a happy holiday week and are ready to break down the next 30 minutes of Northeast Indiana sports with us.
Absolutely. We are taking a look back here on the top 10 moments of 2025 here on the last locker room of the season. We've had the chance to sift through. Our sports team has picked out these moments.
Yeah, winding down here, it's crazy to think the 2025 calendar year is almost done. But these past 12 months, I mean, they have provided us with some magic across our state. We have 8 state champion teams, 4 national champions, nearly a dozen other individual titles across a range of sports. But we're not just going to go through a list here. That would be boring.
That's right. Tonight is not just about those who ended up on top of the standings. It's also about those memorable games, the top plays and performances of the entire year.
Yeah, so tonight we are going to start with our major moments from this past month, this past season. And we kick it off with a holiday tradition that, David, you and I got to both experience, this drawing national attention.
I mean, it's a bucket list item for many college basketball fans. You can see them there, the students dressing in costumes. They wait for hours outside of Odell Arena, ready to secure their place along the sidelines, in the stands, behind the basket, ahead of opening tip-off. This begins Taylor University's Silent Night. The game is played on the final Friday before those winter finals each year as a way to kickstart the holiday season and kind of stress out before those exams. The arena rocking hours before the game starts, but right at tip-off, the fans fall silent, and they stay silent until Taylor scores that 10th point of the game. And check out what happens once they finally break the 10-point mark.
David, you and I, right in the middle of that. I don't know if you can see us, bottom of the screen there. You might be able to check us out once we go back to that wide shot. But obviously the players leaving the court as quickly as they can. The officials call that media timeout, making sure everyone has time to get on and off the court safely. About a 2-minute process, that whole thing. Then from there, the game continues. Taylor actually won that matchup handily. Junior Pete Combs was the one playing hero with that 10-point slam you just saw.
There's nothing really like it in college basketball. I'm blessed to be a part of a university that has a tradition like this. Just blessed to be part of a team that just does, just participates. So, yeah, it's awesome.
There's millions of people all over the world that are going to watch this, and I mean, what a blessing and a privilege. That's why I told our guys before the game, what a blessing and a privilege that we have to be in front of millions of people and show them what it means to worship Jesus through the game of basketball. I mean, we have just an unbelievable opportunity here, and I feel blessed to be a small part of it, and our guys are blessed for sure.
And you mentioned it, Drew, it was a big win, 118-33. That is 85 points if you're doing the math. That was the largest margin of victory in a Silent Night game, and the Trojans have now won 27 of their 28 Silent Night games in their school's history.
What a phenomenal experience. And now for our next top moment of 2025, well, we don't have to travel very far, just to the other side of I-69 in Grant County, because that's where Indiana Wesleyan welcomed back their national championship volleyball team for the 3rd time in as many years. Now, it wasn't always smooth sailing for this year's Wildcat squad. They struggled early with some key injuries, including to Ava Joldersma, the now 3-time NAIA Player of the Year. But she returned, and the Wildcats hit their stride late. That's when it matters most. As the 4 seed in the battle for the Red Banner, they powered their way to the title match, and then they downed Northwestern in 4 sets. Indiana Wesleyan three-peats. Head coach Candace Moats is the NAIA Coach of the Year, and she credits her experienced squad of athletes who never lost their edge or motivation, even as they competed well, actually, into the university's finals week.
We know the grind. We know the what it takes to kind of just stay steady, even in finals week, that we are last week of school to finals week, we're in the middle of this. And to just have that knowledge and experience of getting that last kill, to get the confetti to come on top and to celebrate, and the celebration song going. Nobody doesn't want that to happen.
And along with Joldersma, Warsaw grad Abigail Porter joins her Wildcat teammate on that NAIA All-American first team. Now both of them get to graduate as 3-time national champs.
We'll stick with volleyball at the high school level. No team was anywhere close to as dominant as the Carroll Chargers volleyball squad. And we're not just talking about the most dominant in the state. They were one of the most dominant teams in all of the United States. After clinching the school's first volleyball title last year with only one senior, this year's team knew that they'd have a target on their back, but that didn't slow them down one bit. If anything, they got faster. They won 30 straight matches without dropping a single set to open the season. That included a sweep of their rival Homestead in the state's first outdoor volleyball match.
That was an incredible experience.
Under
the players for anyone there.
Yeah, mirroring, I think, Nebraska's match that they had a couple years back. What a unique experience that was. But that didn't satisfy the Chargers. They were not satisfied until they swept Plainfield. You can see it there inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, winning back-to-back state championships in Indiana's largest class, 4A.
We knew last year we were the underdogs, so we know what it's like to be in that position. So just taking it with a grain of salt and understanding that people want to come out and beat us, and we're just going to play our game and see how it works. We all love each other so much, and we want to see each other succeed. So it's definitely bittersweet leaving them, but I'm so glad for the time that I had.
And after graduating just one senior last year, this season's Carroll team featured 7 seniors, and they will leave the program as 2-time state champions. Drew.
Yeah, the high school season, that certainly had its highlights, and of course, we're going to get back to that. We're not done recapping some of these champions. But right now, we're going to turn our attention to Parkview Field on the baseball diamond.
Right.
Because the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, I mean, what a year.
Yeah, they had their fair share of web gems and walk-offs, but it was one particular player who really brought those fans into the stands. He brought that energy to the ballpark, and he brought those highlights as well.
Yeah, we're, of course, talking about the teen phenom shortstop, Leo DeVries. 18 years old, from the Dominican Republic. He was the opening day shortstop for the Tin Caps to start the year. He ended up slugging 8 home runs, had 32 extra base hits, reached base at a .357 clip. He is MLB Pipeline's 3rd ranked prospect, top 3 in all of minor league baseball once they put out those mid-season updates. And DeVries was even rewarded with a trip to the All-Star Futures game. He's nicknamed El Mutante, the mutant in Spanish. That's right. DeVries played in 82 games for the Tin Caps. He was ultimately traded by the Padres to the Athletics farm system in a deadline day blockbuster. But even though his time in Fort Wayne is over, he's hoping to follow in the footsteps of several former Tin Caps who have risen to big league stardom. He's hoping to get there too.
Since a little kid, I've been playing the game. My dad took me to the field at 5 years old, and I've enjoyed it and just fell in love since then. Other players like Tatis that have gone through here, excited that they went through this same level, and I'm going to just do my work.
And in his time with the Tin Caps, DeVries was responsible for plenty of highlights, but since we're picking the major moments of the year, his top moment in a Tin Caps jersey, that had to be his performance on April 22nd. Take a look.
Hammered to right, air to the corner, and off the wall. Difficult carom for Dickey. A triple means the cycle. 2 runs are going to score. Stop sign at 3rd for DeVries. He has cycled Fort Wayne into the lead.
Yeah, DeVries finished that game actually with 2 home runs plus a single, double, and that triple. It was an 8 RBI performance, an incredible feat for an incredibly talented player who ended the year with the AA affiliate for the Athletics. This won't be the last time we're going to hear from him, but maybe the last in Fort Wayne.
It was so much fun to watch here in Fort Wayne. We wish him the best now.
Oh, of course.
With the athletic squad. Now we move on to the college basketball court. This time last year, Purdue-Fort Wayne's women's basketball was just beginning a win streak, which ultimately kick-started a record-breaking season for the Mastodons. 2024-25 PFW squad didn't lose a single game from starting in December and running all the way through mid-February. That's 17 games in a row, part of a 27-win season. Both of those program records. And although this team finished just one game shy of an NCAA tournament appearance, they did finish as Horizon League runners-up. The Mastodons made a run in the WNIT, their Super 16 win over Butler. That's where Coach Maria Marquesano played college ball, and that marked the best postseason finish in program history. Now, the Dons did graduate their entire starting lineup, which left them having to rebuild, but each of those seniors left a lasting legacy in Fort Wayne.
This group is special. You don't always get everything to line up. You don't always get talent and good character and unselfishness to line up in the same season, and we're just so grateful that we had that opportunity to be with this group.
And star shooter Lauren Ross has since returned to Fort Wayne to coach as the Mastodons they've retooled, and they're looking for another run here as they get into the postseason 2026.
Yep, so that leaves us with 5 moments down already. Another 5 to go. We are halfway home, but it is time for our first break.
Stuff. Coming up, we head back to the high school level to check on a trio of state champs in the locker room. Returns right after this break.